If you've been struggling through the dumpster fire, that you feel like finding long-term clients, ongoing work, or really improving those inbound leads is a huge pain in the ass, this video is for you. I'm Mandy Ellis. I help freelance writers build high-earning businesses they adore with schedule freedom and clients who actually value their work and pay well. We're going to hop right into it. So number one, these 3 adjustments, these things that you're working on for long-term clients, growing your inbound leads, and getting that ongoing work that pays well, these adjustments are some of the easiest you can make in your business. So this is some good news. I think a lot of times when I talk to writers, they think it's some kind of pie in the sky thing, or it's really hard to find these clients. It's not. You just need the right systems and processes, the right blueprint to put you in the right direction. So when you're making these adjustments, it's really about sussing things out before you ever talk to your client. So if you get an ongoing, or if you get an inbound lead from a client, you need to suss that out before you get on a call, before you actually start sending them pricing. You need to make sure you're asking them questions. You can either ask them questions via email, which I think is better. So if you've been around the block for a couple of years, 2-3 years as a freelance writer, I would suss these out via email before ever getting on a call. Because I did a calendar audit many, many years ago, and I realized I wasted so much time with clients who were cost focused versus results focused, getting on all these calls. And I was like, man, I feel like I'm being super productive because I have all these calls, I have all these appointments, but I really didn't sign that many clients. And it was because I kept getting on the wrong calls without sussing them out. So you want to make sure that you ask about those clients, ask the right questions on your initial email with these clients. So that means you need to ask about timeline, project scope, budget, who's involved in the project. You need to make sure that you're kind of aligning with them on major points before you ever get on a call. We don't want to spend all this time in our calendar before we actually know some information, because we can get on calls, learn information, and be like, why did I even waste my 30 minutes of my time or 15 minutes of my time doing this? So you want to make sure you adjust those things on the initial kind of email that you get from them, whether that's an inbound lead where they're asking to work with you, or you get on a call and you ask the right questions, one of those things. So if you suss them out via email, you can not get on a call, or you can just decide, hey, they've already sent me this inbound lead with project scope, budget, all this information. I want to move forward and get on the call to ask some questions to make sure we're on the same plane, like we're playing on the same field. We understand we have the same goals for the content, and we also are focusing on the same results, and our personalities match. So these adjustments are pretty simple. There are things that you can do that really help you get to the next step. And these are things that I'm teaching this more specifically in my free live masterclass that is coming up. I have 3 different slots for that. So if you go to mandyellis.com/masterclass1, my first masterclass is on Tuesday, September 17th at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. British Standard Time. I have a second one on Wednesday, September 18th. It's at 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern, and 5 p.m. British Standard Time. And then my last masterclass, this is the last masterclass that I'm teaching in 2024, is on Wednesday, September 25th. At 12 p.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, and 8 p.m. British Standard Time. That's mandyellis.com/masterclass3. So what am I teaching in this masterclass? It's how to reach 10K months as a freelance writer without working 40-hour weeks in 4 vital strategies. So I give you 4 different strategies so that you can hit 5-figure months without working yourself to the bone, without even working 40 hours a week. It is one of my best masterclasses yet. So I hope that you will hop in and join us. So masterclass 1 is on September 17th, masterclass 2 is on September 18th, and masterclass 3, which will be my final free live masterclass of 2024, is on Wednesday, September 25th. So I hope you'll join me there. These types of tips and these types of strategies, that's why I want to teach you how to make these shifts, because then you can get to the point where you have more ongoing work, you have the right clients, you understand how to actually move forward with an inbound lead versus you trying to like take all the leads and try to figure it out and get on all the calls and then and then have to waste a bunch of time making mistakes. So that's the first thing, is one, we are really doing a lot of things here to make the easiest adjustments that we can in our business, which is really asking the right questions to suss out the results-focused clients from the cost-focused clients, the clients who have a realistic timeline, realistic budget, realistic project scope from those who are just like, what does it cost to do a blog post? With no information about that blog post, the length, the research, any interviews, where is this being published? We want to get away from those clients who are kind of moving towards just like, what does it cost for this? That's like a big red flag for me if someone just emails me and says, what does it cost for a case study with no information at all? So that's the first thing. Two, when we're moving towards long-term clients and ongoing work, they all kind of have the same issues. It's really a matter of understanding who you're reaching out to. So if you are reaching out to the right types of clients with the right revenues, they usually have a healthy budget for content strategy or content marketing. If you're going after small businesses, if you're going after little companies that are in seed or Series A, that's not going to work right now. They're too small. And usually small businesses are not our clients. But we're kind of going for these companies that have these meaty revenue ranges, right? They're ones who have the budget to actually spend on content and marketing. And now this time of year is one of my favorite times of year because the end of the year is when people are pre-planning for 2024 or 2025, and they are finishing up all the rest of their budget for the end of the year. So September through December is one of the best times to get projects and work and do marketing. And it's a great way to double dip getting these ongoing projects for this year that lead into next year. So the people who are planning ahead, they're going to be finishing up their budget and they're going to start in kind of September, October, November, pre-planning for the first quarter of 2025. So I think this is kind of understanding this, how the flow works with marketing and clients and how ongoing work, long-term clients think. They're thinking way ahead. They're not emailing you saying, hey, I need it tomorrow. They're like, hey, we have, they're probably working on it right now, finishing up the last quarter. And then in October, they'll start planning for Q1 of the next year. These things are what we want to suss out in our initial calls and our initial emails. We want to make sure we're asking the right questions. I also have a free cheat sheet for this. So if you go to mandyellis.com/cheat sheet, you can get all the questions that you should ask on these client calls to suss out long-term work and higher value clients. But you want to make sure that you're looking at these things that are not just an inbound lead, which is exciting, where someone's like, I want to work with you, but you're really looking at it as like, is this my next best client? Is the person who emailed me, is this person on a call my next best client? Are they someone who's going to treat me well? Are they someone who sees this as a partnership? Or are they someone who is asking to break my boundaries or asking me to do it immediately or just literally giving me no effort on the content front? They're just saying, what does it cost to do X? And you're like, I don't know, what's X? What is this? Why are we doing it? So you want to make sure you're sussing these things out. You're being more careful about who you're letting into your client roster, but you're also being smart about targeting the right clients, finessing out who are the right inbound leads for you. And I think that really helps you get more towards the right long-term clients and you get more ongoing work. And then the last thing we're going to talk about here is number 3. So number 3 here are inbound leads. This is really important. When my website and my LinkedIn were just like, I'll do anything. I will write whatever you want. I can just do it. And I felt so much stress and anxiety over trying to prove myself and prove that I could be the writer they needed and like basically make everything like a full-time job cover letter. I kept getting all these clients who were just not a good fit for me. And I would do all these projects and I'd be like, where is all the good work? I don't get why these inbound leads aren't the right fit. Literally, when I changed my LinkedIn and my website, the copy and how I talked about my work and talked about my clients, boom, then I ended up getting the right leads and people with budgets because I spoke their language. So when I'm connecting with them, I'm connecting over their pain points. I'm connecting over all of the things that they really struggle with content. And it's not things like just getting the work done. And it's not things like turning it in on time. It's really specific pain points to what they're looking for the content to do. This is another thing I go over in my masterclass. So this is why I teach this masterclass. I teach it twice a year. This is the last time I'm running it, but these specific pain points, how to speak to your clients on their level and how to kind of get that tuning fork technique between those high-end clients and the language they speak and creating copy, your website copy and LinkedIn copy that attracts them. That's all in my masterclass. So I hope that you will join my masterclass. But these types of things are how we make it obvious to our ideal clients that we're the right fit for them. They go to our website, they go to our LinkedIn, and they say, oh, this person gets it. They get it. This writer understands why we're creating content in the first place. Why a blog post instead of a case study for this SaaS audience? Or why are we trying to drive leads and traffic and sales? Or why are we trying to improve this or fix that? This person gets it. And what we want is for those really juicy, delicious, voluptuous, long-term value clients to see that copy and go, ah, that person. And they reach out and they send this awesome email about their project scope, their budget, their timeline, everything that you would need to know ahead of a call. And you're like, yep, let's get on a call and just suss out details. Let's talk about personality fit, right? We're going to get on there and see if we should move forward into a proposal. But these types of things are really important, that we're not lowering ourselves down as writers being like, I'll just do whatever, like, please, for the love of God, give me some money. We need to raise up to where our clients are. Our clients speak a certain language. They talk about content and marketing and strategy in certain ways, and you need to tell them that you get it. That's what we do in LinkedIn and our website. It is an immediate way for our clients, the best clients for us, to know that we're on their level, that we get it, and they're like, boom, I want to talk to that person. And this is something that my students have seen quite across the board with changing their copy. My students have gotten way more inbound leads. They've connected with way better clients. They've gotten way more money. Their clients, they get more traction because there's lots of people searching on LinkedIn. Obviously, lots of people searching on Google, but they see your website or your LinkedIn versus a traditional writer's website or LinkedIn, and you immediately stand out. That's the whole goal, is that not only the copy focused on their pain points, focused on the things that they really think about when it comes to content marketing and strategy, but it's also your personality. It sounds like you. It feels like the experience of working with you. And that way they already know that they not only you are on their level in terms of understanding content marketing, why the content is being created, but they see personality fit. They understand why this writer over another. And that's really important to make sure that you're setting yourself apart from everybody else. It's really getting there. And I see this all the time, these transformations with your LinkedIn and website copy, pulling in more inbound leads, getting better clients, having people notice you, and really understand the next piece of this, which is number 4. So number 4, you really understand how you get to be picky. This is how you start the process. You do these different things. And these adjustments, like, we write copy all the time. It's just knowing the formula of how to write this copy in order to kind of change the, like a little lock, right? Like those little twisty locks on like a safe, right? You're using those, a combination lock, to connect with those clients and be picky. So if you can just get the right combination, poof, the door opens and you get to be picky about which clients you work at, what rates you work at, and then how much work you take and how many hours you work. So when you're kind of doing these things, that's what you need to understand, is you're doing all these processes to find clients. You're sussing them out with a certain system or onboarding process. You're understanding how to speak to them on your website and LinkedIn. And then you have a lot of inbound leads who are a good fit for you because you've done all the pre-work with your website and LinkedIn and getting better samples. And then now you get to be picky about inbound leads, or which clients, you get on calls with, or which clients you sign contracts with, because you have a lot more choices. That's what we want. We want as many choices as possible so that we can be picky. That's the point. And this is how you end up working fewer hours for more money. You have more choices, so you don't have to pick everybody. You don't have to be desperate for clients. You have a bunch of options. You get to pick the ones you want. You don't have to work as many hours, and then you make more money because you're working at better rates for better clients. So this process of being picky is really important. This process is kind of a waterfall effect of doing the other parts of the process. So as long as you kind of get this waterfall effect and you make sure you're doing all of these little steps in this little blueprint, then you will end up with more long-term work, more ongoing clients, and then really more ongoing clients who value you long-term. And you're also getting more inbound leads. So I hope these things have been helpful. And I want to make sure that you know this is my last free live masterclass. So if you want to hop in, if you go to mandyellis.com/masterclass1, you will be able to sign up for my September 17th masterclass. If you go to mandyellis.com/masterclass2, you can sign up for my September 18th masterclass. And if you go to mandyellis.com/masterclass3, which is my final masterclass of 2024, it'll be on Wednesday, September 25th. That'll be the last one I'm running. And we're making sure that we're going through 4 vital strategies. So my class is how to reach 10K months as a freelance writer without working 40-hour weeks in 4 vital strategies. So I'm going to give you 4 specific strategies all packed up in this masterclass. And the really cool thing is that you can ask me questions. We'll be on live. So any questions that you have about freelance writing, working with better clients, anything that you need help with beyond what I'm teaching, we have live Q&A at the end of the class. You can ask me any questions that you want. That's usually one of the favorite parts of the class for most, is that not only do they leave with actionable tactical tips, they always leave with tons of notes, but they also get to ask questions to clear up anything that they've been wondering about. So I hope that I will see you there. And I hope that this video has been helpful. I hope that it helps you see that it's sort of like a combination lock. As long as you kind of put in the right numbers and you understand what kind of adjustments to make, then you get this waterfall effect that leads to better clients, and you can raise your rates, work for better rates for better clients, have more long-term work, and you get better quality inbound leads. So I can't wait to see you at the free masterclass. I hope this video has been helpful, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.